How's it going, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Gamer here today, bringing you guys some more VGC 2021 action. Today we are taking it back a little bit, going back to some Series 7 gameplay. Figured this might be our last chance to get some Series 7 gameplay onto the channel, and I wanted to go out with a bang with our rain team that we've been featuring. I've been watching one of my friends on YouTube, Zach. I'll put his link in the description and all that, but he's been messing around with this Politoed team I created, this rain team I created, and I thought, you know what, as fun as he's making it look, I have to at least play it one more time. It's been about a week since I've actually played with it, and this will be actually my first games I will be playing with it, so hopefully you guys enjoy. I may be a little rusty, but please bear with me. Yeah, anyway guys, I want to say personally thank you for the growth onto the channel. It's been crazy. At the time of this recording, we are sitting at 63 subscribers. Yeah, that's crazy, and it seemed like the past 2-3 days we've been growing pretty crazy, so I just wanted to personally say thank you. Hopefully we can get free wins in today's episode as a gratitude, you know, I mean, that would be fantastic. But we better get into the team preview. Our opponent is rocking out with Urshifu, Rillaboom, Regilucky, Landorus, Tapu Fini, and Heatran. I think Politoed, Zapdos. Stilla looks fantastic. And let's rock out with Kendra. And what that will be, actually no. Let's go Rilla. Rilla gives me fake out support, and plus it counters the Tapu Fini just a little bit better than Zapdos would normally, and plus, I mean, we got pretty strong board positions with Rilla in the late game, so fantastic. This Stilla, or this team is rocking out with Power Herb Stilla over Life Orb. So you'll see me being able to pop off those Meteor Beams a lot easier with this team. But yeah, let's get into the battle and see what happens. Opponent leads off with Urshifu, Dark, and Rillaboom against my Politoed Zapdos. Zapdos, thanks to the opposing Rillaboom, will be able to get its Grassy Seed off, which is fantastic. We threatened the Rillaboom out for sure, or he's going to be going for Protect. This actually looks like a decent board to go for a Dynamax Zapdos. I think what we want to do is switch Politoed out. Stilla's not bad here, especially if he wants to go for Glassy Glide or something. And then we can go for Max Airstream. Go ahead and target the Urshifu. And we should be good. Like I said, I don't think the Rillaboom will stay in. Honestly, I don't even see the Urshifu staying in. But if one of them's going to be staying in, I think it would be the Urshifu. Yeah, but I think our opponent is in definitely a strong spot, or at a very strong disadvantage at the moment. Politoed will be the first one to switch out. Let's see if our opponent decides to switch or not. Our opponent does not switch, which could be very... I do apologize. I'm still fighting this cough, man. I do apologize. But our opponent is in a very, very tough position, and I'm shocked that we didn't see a switch. So very, very interesting. Glassy Glide, well, pretty much predicted. We pretty much predicted that. Critical hit on our Stilla. Wicked Bow that don't do too much damage to us, so we'll take it. Remember, with the Urshifu, our defense boost actually doesn't come into play, but we do have good EVs on our Zapdos, so that does come into play. We figured the Urshifu would hang on with the Focus Sash. That's fine. I think right here's an easy KO for Stilla. And might as well pick up the KO with Meteor Beam, so that way we're at +2 by the time we take that KO. And we'll go for Max Airstream into the Rillaboom. And that just puts our opponent in such a tough position. Very tough position. Honestly, I don't know if he wants to switch or not, but I mean, if you have Tapu Fini in the back, you gotta feel kind of threatened, you know. What if Zapdos? What if I predict, you know, and he goes for Max Lightning into my Tapu Fini? That would suck, you know. I mean, he's thinking I may be predicting, but he does come into Regilucky. Regilucky don't take these attacks too well. We take that Sucker Punch pretty easily. And Max Airstream coming off of Hurricane, by the way, just one shots Regilucky. Fantastic. That was a critical hit. I'll give it to you. But I do think we would have done very, very big damage if not picked up the KO anyway. So this just kind of works out more into our favor. It just kind of speeds the game up just a little bit, in my opinion. We do get the Meteor Beam off. And now we're sitting at +2 Stella. And we'll have +2 Speed Zapdos. Yeah, we're rocking out really tough. Man. I do apologize with this coughing. I'm trying to get rid of it. Hopefully, I get 2 days of rest. Hopefully that will help me out. Our opponent just goes ahead and rage quits on us, and that's awesome. Fantastic. Hey, first game with a team, and we cause a rage quit? Okay. Yeah, I don't even worry about checking your team. Yeah, let's see if we can cause another rage quit. That would be very fun. That would be fantastic, actually. But yeah, we had such a strong board position, and our opponent really didn't have any way to battle from that point, you know? So, hey man, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so he's got the Glastrier, he's got the Tapu Fini, Incineroar, Raichu, Porygon 2, and Stella. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's see. We can definitely go into Politoed Rillaboom. That's not a bad lead. That stops. How do we want to beat the Glastrier? May go into Politoed Stilla. Try and set up Stilla as fast as possible. That would be good. And then we can go into, I think Rillaboom's still fantastic in this. Well, against Tapu Fini. And I have a feeling he's bringing that Raichu. So yeah. And then I think Kingdra is not too bad here. Could be better. Let's go Zapdos as well, because we need a Stilla check. We definitely need a Stilla check, so Zapdos would be kind of nice. Alright, Deltron Z. I like that name. That's a pretty cool name. Gotta work on your trainer card though, my man. But hey, you know it is what it is. Stilla Raichu. Okay. Versus Politoed and my Stilla. Okay. Yeah, so pretty much what we're wanting to do is we want to get that his Stilla. His Stilla is not necessarily the problem. It's that Glastrier. Glastrier is the problem. So I think if we Muddy Water, Meteor Beam into the Raichu, because getting the Raichu off the board would be fantastic. Now Raichu could fake out, or he could go for a Thunderbolt. Both Mons should take it very well. He could go for Nuzzle, he could go for Eerie Impulse, he could go for a lot of things. Helping Hand, Dynamax, or whatever. Eerie Impulse into our Stilla. That kind of sucks. I think that puts us at, I think it harshly, I think that's just a -1 though, right? So that's not as bad. Once we go for our Meteor Beam, we'll be at neutral again. We actually do have to that Stilla with our choice specs Muddy Water. That's very offensive Stilla then. That's a very offensive. But yeah, we'll definitely get the Raichu off the board right now. And this will actually keep us at a +1 if my math is correct. So yes, he went for Eerie Impulse, but really and truthfully it didn't really pay off in the way I don't think he was expecting. Air Slash will come out, targeting our Politoed. You're a little too slow to try and flinch us though, my man. So, very, very interesting play. Alright, so Porygon 2 comes out. He might be trying to set up the Trick Room. Alright, so if he's in front of Politoed, he gets an attack race. Okay, cool. He may be trying to set up Trick Room. Let's actually check our stat. Okay, so Harshly actually drops us by 2. Okay. Hey, good to know, you know? I mean, I do think the play is to try and Air Slash flinch the Porygon 2. So, if he's going for Trick Room, we can Air Slash flinch him. See what happens. Muddy Water picks up the KO, though, on Stilla. And let's see if we can get this flinch. Do pretty good damage. He's sitting at half health. So that's good for us. He sets up Trick Room. Not the worst thing in the world though, because Stilla is pretty slow. If he goes into Glass Trigger now as his last mon, yep. Okay, fantastic. So he might be actually trying to target Politoed, right? With Max Quake. So let's go into Zapdos. Dynamax. Go for Max Steel Spike into the Glass Trigger. He may go for Ally Switch, and if he does, that's fine. That will be fine. Because what we're trying to do right here is to build a big enough defense to be able to wall out the Glass Trigger. Not necessarily trying to beat it, but we're trying to wall it out. We're also hitting on the special side, so we will be doing more damage than most Max Steel Spikes. Most Max Steel Spikes come off of like an Iron Head or something, you know, that you see from like Excadrill, Metagross, you know. Those are physical Max Steel Spikes, and you see that they're not doing as much. Where we're Stilla, we're hitting from the special side. And we're actually hitting really hard on Glass Trigger, so that's fantastic. Let's see, okay, so he goes for Max Knuckle. The name of this game is to switch into stuff that he's not expecting. So now we know that he's not, more than likely, he's wanting to go for Max Hailstorm, right? So the switch for next turn will be going into Politoed again. Zapdos takes decent damage. He's down to half health, but let's see. Pretty decent damage. Pretty decent damage. Now what we can do is protect Zapdos this turn, right? I mean, we can totally protect Zapdos, stall out a turn of his Dynamax, Glass Trigger. Max Rockfall literally does nothing for Stilla at the moment. Not too worried about the P2 since he only got he got the attack raise instead of the special attack raise, so he's not as threatening. He's still trying to break our Zapdos, and yet we're protecting. We're already starting to break his sweeper with our Stilla, so that's good for us. Max Knuckle comes out into Zapdos. We'll take it like a champion. Okay, that was actually a crit. And it did that little. That's pretty crazy. He is getting those attack boosts, but I still don't. I don't see Porygon as a threat at all. I'm not going to be targeting into Porygon right now. You know, Porygon's not the issue. It's your Glass Trigger. You gotta take him out. You know, that looked like a crit. Let's see what that was. That was a crit. But you know, you crit my Zapdos, so it's only fair and balanced gameplay that I crit on the same turn too, you know? I'll take it. I'll take that crit. I do think if he goes for Hailstorm, Politoed probably can take it. Definitely, I know Zapdos or Rillaboom cannot take it. If he goes for Max Knuckle, nobody's going to be taking it anyway. Zapdos could take it, but I think right now he might actually be thinking about going for Max Guard. But then that don't really help him out in the long run. I want to see how many turns of Trick Rooms left. 2. Yeah, I think we put pressure on him by going for Steel Spike into that Glass Trier again. Battle was cancelled, yeah. We had too much walling capabilities at the very end of the game, and he didn't have anything. So 2 games where we seemed like we took it very easily. You know, I mean, these 2 games where we were in control from the very, very, very beginning, and we just kind of kept it. Choice Specs Politoed has really proven to be really, really good for us too on this team. So definitely, if you guys haven't, give Choice Specs Politoed a try. You know, those Muddy Waters, they add up. I mean, did half health to a Stilla? You know, you don't see that every day. We'll try and get one more battle in. Hopefully my narration, hopefully I'm explaining everything to you guys clearly as I can, because right now with this cough and everything, I'm trying to fight it, and I hate that I'm not feeling the best with this cough. You know, this cough kind of hurts my narrations, but other than that, I feel just fine. So hopefully everything goes smoothly. Alright, our last opponent of the day is ranked 284. So if we actually pick up the win here, you guys know this team is like amazing, right? Like, I hope you guys realize how good this team is. Now, our opponent in this game, he's probably going to be playing like super crazy. So let's keep an eye out. Let's see if we can catch him off guard and maybe pick up a quick win. But I'm looking at his team. He's got Rillaboom, Dracovish, Whimsicott, Grimmsnarl, Durarudon, and Zapdos. I think if we leave Politoed in our own Zapdos, we're putting on a lot of pressure early. I still think Stilla's a fantastic brain. I mean, having 2 flying types against my opponent's team is going to be really nice. And then we need to find a way to stop Dracovish. And we got maybe 2 Mons that I'm looking at right now, which would be Rillaboom and Kingdra. Rillaboom provides the fake out pressure plus Glassy Glide, which just kind of makes it to where Dracovish can't do much. Or Kingdra goes for max Wormwind, which lowers Dracovish's attack. But I think overall, I think having Rillaboom is nicer. That's my opinion, because if I go for max Wormwind when he has Zapdos on the field, instead of me getting an attack drop, he's actually getting an attack raise with Zapdos, so that could be problematic. So I think Rillaboom is nicer, because having the fake out, having the Glassy Glide is just kind of nice. You know, I mean, just having all those options. Alright, so we see a board of Grimmsnarl and Durarudon. Alright, so both Mons, or Durarudon especially, is very specially defensively weak, but at the same time I could see him wanting to Dynamax it. But we have Focus Blast. Yes, it's called Focus Mist there for a reason, but I think we'll be alright. Let's go for Focus Mist, and we'll go for a Thunder Wave just to slow him down just a little bit as well. If he doesn't Dynamax, I see us knocking him out with a Focus Blast. If he does Dynamax, I see it being maybe a free hit KO, maybe a 2-hit KO. We'll just have to see. He is Dynamaxing though, so he feels the pressure early. We're putting on early pressure on my opponent. Now what would suck is if this is a weakness policy Durarudon, that would probably bite us in the butt just a little bit. We'll just have to see. Alright, so he goes for Scary Face. That's a nice little speed control option going in right into our Zapdos. So it makes me wonder, are you targeting Zapdos with this Wormwood? You are. Do we take it? We do not. Ooh, that's not good. I was really hoping for Zapdos to actually take that. That is a Life Orb. Okay, so he's very offensive. We hit Focus Blast and we pick up the KO. Choice Specs Politoed. What? I was not expecting that to be KO, guys. Oh, we lose Zapdos, but he loses his ability to Dynamax. Focus Blast, don't miss. Oh man, that's crazy, guys. Dracovish does come out. Dracovish does come out, though. Alright, so definitely this turn, we're going into Rilla. And I think we need to protect Stilla, because you know he's going after Stilla. Dracovish is a fantastic mon for my opponent to bring in here. Daggum. I cannot believe he did that, though. Oh man, dude, that's awesome. Politoed, don't miss his Focus Blast, dude. That's pretty. That's the value of Focus Blast. That's why you run it, though. You know, like you don't see it used often, but when you do, oh, you'll know. So he's actually wanting to double into our Stilla. Okay. I think what we want to do is actually Fake Out and Meteor Beam to Dracovish. He could be Focus Sash. He could be Mystic Water or something, but I think this is like Choice Band or Choice Scarf, so I think we're fine. Darkest Lariat's a very interesting move. Does almost half to us, which is crazy. Alright, so now we're going to get this nice little Meteor Beam coming off. Hopefully this will put Dracovish in a Glassy Glide range. And if it does, I believe we have the win. Oh yeah, he's definitely in Glassy Glide range. Fantastic. Dracovish is very good. He's a good mon, but he's definitely one-dimensional when you run a choice item on him. You know, he kind of gets to be one of those easy mons to battle against if you have the right stuff. Fake Out, you need Glassy Glide. You seen that we had another option with another mon that was able to also counter it with our Kingdra. You know, Kingdra going for those max Wormwoods. If you didn't have that Zapdos present, I think that would have been a fantastic mon to bring in this game. Alright, so his last mon is actually Whimsicott. And this makes me feel super good, because he has to try and target our Rillaboom. If he tries to stop our Stilla, he loses. You know what I'm saying? So he has to try and start targeting our Rillaboom. So, and I'm sure he knows this, but you know, we also break the Focus Sash on the Whimsicott by doing a lot of damage. That was a crit. Hey, fair play. He goes into Stilla. Very, very interesting, because I think you need to go into you have to go into Rillaboom in this situation, trying to get as much damage as possible on it anyway, because we're able just to go for a free Glassy Glide next turn, and if you can't stop it, you can't stop it. I don't believe Dracovish gets any priority moves, and if that's the case, then priority usually isn't as strong anyway. So we're in a strong position right now. Very dominant. We're controlling the board position very well. We'll Glassy Glide into the Dracovish, and we'll see if Max Steel Spike will finish the game off. Battle was canceled. Battle was canceled against 280 something in the world, guys. If that doesn't show you how good this team is, I don't know what will. This team is super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I really like this team. If you guys want to try it out, which, I mean, I'm going to look at tweaking this team and trying to make it into a Series 8 team. Pushing the wrong buttons, as usual. but maybe tweaking it, adding a legendary onto it. I'm thinking. So what Pokemon would you take off, and what legendary restricted mon would you add to this? That will be the question of the day. But definitely check out this team. This is a really fun team. Like I said, my friend Zach's been playing with it. Some of you guys probably came from his channel. I'll probably put his link in the description so you can check out his videos with him using this team as well. It's just a lot of fun. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. This is Wi-Fi Merriman signing out. Peace.